Hello viewers, this is Gargi Deka welcoming you all to Nltv News Now. Let's go through the headlines first. A high-level committee to look into withdrawal of Afspa to court of inquiry to initiate disciplinary proceedings against army unit and personnel involved in the Oting incident. CM Rio'S briefs media following his meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah on November 23rd. Massive fire breaks out at new field check gate of LAHORIJAN, DIMAPUR on Sunday morning. According to sources, as many as 15 houses burned down. 4 fire trucks doused the fire. Amid ongoing clamour on the repeal of Afspa from different northeastern regions, the centre is planning to explore the possibility of partially lifting up Afspa from Nagaland and other states soon. Superstar Salman Khan was bitten by a snake in Rio'S on Sunday, released from hospital as he was bitten by a non-venomous snake at Panvel farmhouse. Let's go through the news in detail now. The Chief Minister of Nagaland, nephew Rio'S, had an emergency closed-door meeting at his residence at Dimapur at around 1 p.m. on Sunday. The Deputy CM, Waipaton and NPF party leader T.R. Zeliang also attended the meeting. Following the meeting, the Chief Minister of Nagaland, nephew Rio'S, also issued a press release. The meeting came as a follow-up of the 23rd December meeting of Union Home Minister Amit Shah with the Chief Minister, along with Paton and T.R. Zeliang, and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, where they reportedly discussed on the issues of Afspa and Indo-Naga peace talks. The press release deliberated on the matters of Afspa, December 4th, Oting incident and Indo-Naga peace talks. The release stated that a committee will be instituted to look into withdrawal of Afspa in Nagaland. The committee will submit its report within 45 days and withdrawal of disturbed areas in Afspa from Nagaland and will be based on the recommendation of committee. A court of inquiry will initiate disciplinary proceeding against army unit and personnel who are involved in the Oting incident, and identified persons who will face inquiry will be placed under suspension with immediate effect. Furthermore, the state government has assured to provide government jobs to the next kin of deceased. Meanwhile, the CM, Deputy CM and NPF leader expressed their gratitude to the Union Home Minister for dealing with the matter with utmost seriousness. The government also appealed all sections of Nagaland to remain calm and maintain the peaceful image of the Nagas in the global community.
Committee to look into the withdrawal of the Armed Forces Special Power Act (Afspa) in Nagaland will be instituted. This will be chaired by the Additional Secretary, Northeast Home Ministry, and will include the Chief Secretary and DGP of Nagaland Police. Other members that will be included are IGR North and representative of the CRPF. The committee will submit its report within 45 days, and withdrawal of disturbed area Afspa from Nagaland will be based on the recommendation of the committee. 2. A court of inquiry will initiate disciplinary proceedings against the army unit and army personnel who are directly involved in the Oting incident, and action will be taken immediately on the basis of fair inquiry. The identified persons who will face the inquiry will be placed under suspension with immediate effect. 3. The state government will provide government jobs to the next of kin of the deceased. To initiate this process, the Deputy Commissioner and the Superintendent of Police of Mon District will carry out necessary procedures in consultation with the concerned village council, and government job will be given on compassionate ground on the basis of the eligibility. The Nagaland delegations impressed upon the Union Home Minister to replace the Assam Rifles unit in Mon with immediate effect. 4. The undersigned is grateful to the Union Home Minister, Sri Amit Shah ji, for taking the matter with utmost seriousness and appreciate the Government of India for taking the required steps to ensure justice and also for positively responding to the voice of the people. The state government appeals to all sections to remain calm and to continue to maintain a peaceful atmosphere in the state. The democratic and peaceful nature of the civil society groups, tribal HOs, and mass-based organizations in our collective quest for justice and truth, and has been well received, created a positive image of the Naga people to the rest of the global community. 1. A committee to look into the withdrawal of the Armed Forces Special Power Act, Afspa, in Nagaland will be instituted. This will be chaired by the Additional Secretary.
Now we have our senior content producer Dibyendo on phone who will elaborate more on the same.
Yes, Gargi, as you have just briefed the viewers of Nagaland TV that Chief Minister Nephew Rio held a closed-door meeting along with Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton and former Nagaland Chief Minister and NPF leader, who is also the Legislative Party leader for the NPF, T.R. Zeliang, was there in the meeting. And DGP John Longkumar was also there in the meeting, along with Additional Chief Secretary of Finance and Finance Commissioner Senti Anger Imchen and Home Secretary Abhijit Sinha. The top officials from the Nagaland government were there in the meeting. And during the meeting, although it was a closed-door meeting and media was not allowed inside, but according to our sources, the meeting had several issues to discuss, including the repealment of Afspa and the Naga political talks that has been derailed since past few months and after the exit of R.N. Ravi. And although A.K. Mishra, appointed as a new interlocutor, has tried to bring back the peace process on track, but the much delayed peace talks is still on hold. And since the December 4 incident that took the life of 14 civilians in Oting, that once again has derailed the whole peace talk process, and it has put the uncertainty over the amicable solution between the Government of India and the other factions of the insurgency factions like NSCNIM and other militant factions to bring back all to a table to have a comprehensive solution. But more or less today, after the meeting was closed around 1 p.m., once it ended, the Chief Minister along with the veteran leaders Y. Patton and Zeliang addressed the media. And the meeting was regarding the press release that issued in front of the media, and the meeting was about the high-level meeting between the veteran leaders and with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah on 23rd November, that took place in New Delhi. And he briefed about the press release where categorically have mentioned some points that a committee will be formed with the chair that will be chaired by the additional Chief Secretary to the Northeast of Ministry of Home Affairs, and that will include the Chief Secretary to the Nagaland and Director General of Police of Nagaland as well. And other members of the committee will be from IGAR and representatives of the CRPF as well, and that will look after the matter of withdrawal of Afspa, the controversial act from Nagaland. The committee has been asked to submit its report within 45 days, and the withdrawal of the disturbed area and Afspa from Nagaland will be based on the recommendation of the committee. That means the report of the committee is very significant. They have been asked to file the report within 45 days, and then it will be decided that which are the disturbed areas and from where the Afspa should be removed. So it is not clear in this report or the release that whether the entire Nagaland will be free from Afspa or a particular area or zone which will be not categorized or labeled as a disturbed area. From that area, the Afspa will be removed. So it's still not clear through this release that whether it's a complete removal or a partial removal of Afspa. That will take place once the committee files the report after 45 days. That is one point. And point number two is another important point is that the Court of Inquiry will initiate disciplinary proceedings against the Army unit and the Army personnel who are directly involved in the Oting incident, and action will be taken immediately on the basis of the fair inquiry. So this is a very important point that has been taken up by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, that the government of Nagaland and the representative of the government of Nagaland had a meeting in Delhi. So that point is a very crucial point. So that is something. As you know, the defense personnel doesn't come under the ambit of judicial inquiry, but whatever disciplinary action will be taken, that has been asserted by the Home Minister. So it will be a matter to look out. And another important point that has been informed today during this press release or the media interaction is that the state government will provide government jobs to the next of kin of the disease. And to initiate the process, the DC and the Superintendent of Police, SP of Mon District, will carry out the necessary procedures. And in consultation with the concerned village councils, and the government jobs will be given on the compassionate ground. So that is the point number 3. And the fourth point is another important point is that the Nagaland government is, they have showed their gratitude to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah for taking the matter with utmost seriousness, and appreciated the government of India for taking the required steps. So basically, it's a act of praise from the part of the state of Nagaland, from the government of Nagaland. And finally, they have also appealed the 3 undersigned persons, Chief Minister Nephew Rio, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton, and leader of NPF Legislative Party T.R. Zeliang. They have appealed all sections of the society to the from the state of Nagaland to remain calm and to continue to maintain a peaceful atmosphere. So basically, they have appealed people to just have so that the peace process or the environment doesn't get disrupted, to abstain from any kind of violence or strike, band, etc. So this is the 5 points they have taken up. But what is interesting,
of compensation, or since they had already announced the compensation, but when is the compensation, when will it be sanctioned, and when is it reaching the victims at all?
No, during this press release, any specific date has not been mentioned, but as we have already know that the government declared total 11 lakhs from the central government and the 5 lakhs each from the state government. That ex gratia was already announced during the public funeral that took place in Mon. So that was already addressed by the Chief Minister at that point. But here it has been specifically mentioned that the point here is that the next kin of the disease will be provided a government job. So it's not about the compensation part. The ex gratia amount is already announced, and whether they have received or not, it is not clear till now. But today the government has said that government jobs will be provided to the next of the kin of the 14 victims who got killed in the December 4 and December 5 incident. 13 civilians died on the first day, that was December 4, and another victim died during the protest that took place in the following day. So this 14 victims' family or kin will be provided a government job. That is what the release has specifically mentioned.
Okay, thank you so much, Dipendu, for joining us. We would now like to move ahead to the next story. Moving on, amid the ongoing clamour on the repeal of Armed Forces Special Powers Act from different quarters of northeastern states, the centre is planning to explore the possibility of partially lifting up Afspa from Nagaland and other northeastern states soon. This decision has been undertaken after a late-night meeting of the Union Minister of Home Affairs and Cooperation Amit Shah with the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio. According to a report, Shah is believed to have directed Rio and others that if Afspa were lifted partially, the state police would have to initiate more responsibilities to maintain law and order along the northeastern state. He is expected to brief PM Modi on the issue. However, the centre will have to take final calls on the matter before December 31st, date on which the disturbed area's notification of Afspa expires in Nagaland. A heart-wrenching video has gone viral on social media sites. Families and friends were seen singing Christmas songs at the burial site of the victims of Oting incident. The families and friends of the fallen lives were seen mourning at the graveyard on Christmas Eve. The relatives and loved ones gathered at the graveyard and sang gospel hymns as a mark of respect for the Konyak brethren who lost their lives. It can be mentioned that 13 innocent civilians lost their lives during the indiscriminate and barbaric firing by the 21 Paris Special Forces at Oting village on December 4th. The Konyak community has marked December 4th as a Black Day.
Kim văn trong ngày ba.
Nagaon police on Saturday busted an interstate gang of fraudsters by arresting 4 persons from Kenduguri in Hybergaon who allegedly duped several people across the country by selling them fake gold. The district police also informed that the gang sell these fake gold, claiming that they have got it while digging land. During the operation, the Nagaon police also seized fake gold and cash worth several lakhs from their possession. Tripura police in the state's Unakoti district arrested a family of 6, including 4 children. The family as Rohingyas were arrested for entering into Indian territory illegally through the Bangladesh border. Police, accompanied by personnel of the Tripura State Rifles, held the Rohingyas after acting on a specific input. Report states that the family entered into India from Dauki in Meghalaya and then moved to Assam, whereby they later boarded an Agartala-bound train and reached Tripura. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Mandi district of Himachal Pradesh on Monday to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of hydropower project worth over rupees 11,000 crore. As per PMO, the Prime Minister will also preside over the second groundbreaking ceremony of the Himachal Pradesh Global Investors Meet before this event. The projects, which will be inaugurated at around 12 noon and whose foundation stone will be laid by the Prime Minister during the visit, reflect a key step in this direction. PM Modi will lay the foundation stone of the Renukaji Dam project, which was lying pending for around 3 decades. According to the release, PM Modi will also lay the foundation stone of the Dhausali hydropower project, which will be the first hydropower project of Harimpur district. The indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin, has received approval from the Drug Controller General of India for emergency use in children aged between 12 to 18 years. The nod comes after 2 months after the subject expert committee that advises the DCGI recommended emergency use approval for vaccinating kids in the 12 to 18 age group. The Covaxin developer Bharat Biotech on Saturday confirmed that it received the drug regulator's approval. The developer said that the Covaxin has been formulated uniquely, that the same doses can be administered to adults and children, and has established a proven record for safety and efficacy in adults for the original variant and subsequent variants. Prime Minister Narendra Modi made 3 key announcements about India's COVID vaccination drive amid the growing threat posed by the highly transmissible Omicron variant. On Saturday, Modi said that from January 3, 2022, children in the age group of 15 to 18 will be eligible for COVID vaccination. Meanwhile, from 10th of January 2022, all healthcare and frontline workers will be eligible to get their precaution dose or the third booster dose of the vaccine. Furthermore, he also mentioned that from January 10, those who are 60 plus with comorbidities can also get precaution doses on the recommendation of their doctors. During his address, the Prime Minister also urged the people not to panic amid the Omicron threat. Remain cautious and follow all COVID-19 protocols such as wearing masks and maintaining social distancing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday addressed the nation in its 84th episode of his monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat. During his last edition of the year, the PM mentioned that the several central ministries have started changing the old practices of file and papers and have adopted digitization. He also emphasized on the culture of reading books that the hobby of reading books lead to wonderful satisfaction. He also mentioned that like every year, he will discuss on Pariksha Pe Charcha early next year. He further urged the citizens to keep precaution against COVID in the wake of the new variant. Furthermore, he stated that Mann Ki Baat is not about highlighting the work of the government, which could have been easily done. It is instead about collective efforts by grassroots level change makers. Notably, the first episode of the program was broadcasted on 3rd of October 2014. Madhya Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh on Sunday reported their first cases of Omicron variant of the coronavirus. In Madhya Pradesh, 8 people who had returned from abroad tested positive. In Himachal Pradesh, 1 case was confirmed from 9 samples sent for genome sequencing. Of the 8 cases in Madhya Pradesh, 3 had returned from the United States, 2 each from the United Kingdom and Tanzania and 1 from Ghana. 6 have since tested negative and have been discharged from hospitals. The remaining 2 are both asymptomatic and receiving treatment. Salman Khan was bitten by a snake at his farmhouse in Panvel in the wee hours of Sunday, December 26th. He was rushed to the Kamote hospital in Mumbai. Reportedly, he was bitten by a non-venomous snake. After getting treated for the same, Salman Khan was discharged from the hospital. The Dabang actor is now taking rest at home. Salman Khan, who will turn a year older tomorrow, December 27th, is currently at his farmhouse. It seems the biting episode happened in a garden area outside the main sitting promenade. Salman's farmhouse is huge and sits on a lot of land and forest terrain. There is immense foliage, flora and fauna with several birds and animals. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Saturday inaugurated Bharat Darshan Park in New Delhi. According to the Union Minister, Bharat Darshan Park is a recreational garden built by the South Delhi Municipal Corporation on Waste to Wealth model in Punjabi Bagh of New Delhi. Spreading over 8 acres, the park includes replicas of several monuments including Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, Charminar, Gateway of India, Konark Temple, Nalanda Ruins, Mysore Palace, Meenakshi Temple, Hampi Victoria Memorial Hall, Sanchi Stupa, Gol Gumbaz, Ajanta and Ellora Caves and Hawa Mahal. Notably, these replicas have been built with scrap and waste materials such as dumped old vehicles, fans, iron rods, nuts and bolts lying unused or abandoned at SDMC stores. With the cases of Omicron variant of COVID-19 reaching 38 in the state, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai held the meeting with health experts, senior officials and cabinet colleagues on Sunday morning to take stock of the rising infections. Besides the CM, Revenue Minister R. Ashoka, Home Minister Araga Gyanendra, Health Minister K. Sudhakar, Chief Secretary Ravi Kumar and other officials of the Health and Police Department are present in the meeting. Further details are awaited. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's women-centered Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu, I'm a Girl and Can Fight campaign in Uttar Pradesh saw a major boost as thousands of women defied district administration to participate in the marathon organized by the party on Sunday morning. The videos shared by the Congress on Twitter and other social media platforms showed large gatherings in Lucknow and Jhansi despite the district authorities denying permission for the marathon, citing the reason cases of rising Omicron variant. In Jhansi, the girls refused to return and the police did not allow them to move ahead. At least 6 people died and 5 sustained injuries after a boiler exploded in a noodle-making factory in Bihar's Muzaffarpur. The factory is located in Muzaffarpur's Bela Industrial Area Phase 2. The explosion was severe that the terraces of the adjoining factories in the area were also damaged. The locals immediately gathered at the spot and there was panic in the factory when the explosion occurred. Many people are feared to be trapped inside the factory. Police officials and SSP Jayant Kant launched a rescue operation. Fire personnel and police officers are removing the debris and a rescue operation is underway.
भैया हमारा गांव में 1.5 कुंटल का लोहा गिरा है, पूरा घर हिल गया है, आखिर मर जाएगा, इसका जिम्मेवारी कौन लेगा? अंदर में पूरा लेबर मजदूर मर गया, कोई मरता है, कौन मरा? लेबर मजदूरी मरता है ना, बगल के चिवड़ा पूरा मर गया, पूरा हमारा गांव पूरा हिल रहा है, पूरा गांव डैमेज है मेरा, इसका जिम्मेवारी कौन लेगा? आज छोटा फटा है तो ये हाल है और कल होके वो फट जाएगा, हमारा गांव तो खत्म हो जाएगा। पट्टी ये बाजू में है, ये जो इसके बाहर निकलते हैं वो हमारा ही गांव है। घर में देखिए गया सब।
Well, viewers, that is all for now. This is Gargireka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV.
Do you dream to become a reporter? Or want to be a news anchor?
Your dreams can be a reality now.
Grab the chance to serve your state as a journalist.
Send your CV to cvdy365@gmail.com.
Call us at 70-990-33602.
Join the fastest growing news network of Nagaland.
Keep watching Nagaland TV.